Okay, in this video, we're going to finish up with things here. The next thing I wanted to show you was discount codes. Discount codes enable you, of course, to set up codes for discounts. So let's just add a new one here. Okay, and then you can use, this is the name, this is for your use, so let's say 10% off. Okay, now this is a discount code, so let's say 10 off. Okay, now here where there's a percentage or a flat amount. Okay, so it's percentage, so we put 10. Okay, now you can select the downloads or any selected download. Okay, so all or any. Apply a discount only to selected downloads. So if you click this, then you're only going to be able to use it on the selected products. Here you can exclude downloads. So if we were to click this here, we could exclude this one that we just set up. Okay. Here you can put a start date and an end date. So you can have coupons that are good for promotions only. Now the minimum amount somebody has to buy to be able to use the coupon, and then max number of uses. And if it's one use per customer. Okay, so you got a lot of setup you can do there. Okay, so there we have a discount called 10 off. Okay, now let's just go down to reports here. So in here you'll be able to see reports of anything that's gone on. Now, of course, there's nothing there right now because we haven't done anything, but let's go and do a product test. Okay, so let's view this. Okay, so here is our product here. Here's our blue button that we just set up, so $5.99 purchase. You see now that it's added to cart. So we could go through and we can go and add more products to the cart if we want. Okay, let's go to checkout now. Okay, and it shows us what's in here. We can save the cart. Now down here, our personal info. Okay, and then purchase. Now this is just going through the test gateway. It's not going through PayPal because I didn't set up the sandbox. But here it is. Here's our purchase confirmation. Payment status, complete. Payment method is a free purchase, of course, because we didn't go through the PayPal gateway. And here is our download. Okay, so there we go. And then we can download it right there. Okay, so let's go over back into our dashboard here. And then let's go down to reports. Okay, now an earnings report, since that was a free sale, it's not going to show us. So let's go to downloads. Okay, so here we are. Now, of course, when you have these going through PayPal or something, then you're going to get a proper sales report. Okay, now let's go down to purchase history here. Let's view. This shows the purchase history for the person that's logged in. Okay, so here we are. There's our purchase history. We can view and download. We can view and download here. Okay, so we should probably turn off that purchase history here, or turn that purchase history back on so people can see it, or you can link to it from another page if you want to do it that way. Okay, so there is our purchase from our purchase history there. Now what you can do, let's go to widgets. And then we can turn these off here, rates and posts, recent comments, archives, categories, and meta. Now, you might want to use a plugin called Custom Meta for the sign-on rather than just Meta. Okay, and then here we can put on the sidebar the downloads cart. So let's put this up here. We don't want this recent post on here. Let's put the download categories on the sidebar. Oh, we'll save this first. Now let's put the download categories. Okay, and then if you're going to use categories or tags, so we're going to use categories there. You could also put one for tag there, and then download details. Okay, let's save that. Okay, so that should be what we need there. Look at our secondary widget area here. We got nothing in there. So let's go have a look now. Okay, so here we have our download categories. Our cart, your cart is empty. This is our meta, which is our login here. Okay, so the last thing you're going to do is set up your pages for each of your items. Okay, so let's go to the dashboard here. And then let's go to downloads and all downloads. Okay, so what you want to do is if you view this, okay, so just get the URL for this page. So just copy it to the browser bar there. And then you're going to want to link to this page from within a menu that you can put on the sidebar here. Okay, so you could just, let's go over to menus. So you can set up a custom menu here, or you could do it with text. Okay, so we're going to create a new menu here. And let's call this products. Now, whether you want to add top level pages or theme location. So we don't want any of that. But what we want to do now is we want to go to links. And then we put in the URL here. Okay, so that's, and then we would put in, okay, and then we add that to the menu. Okay, and there we go. So we just add everything into the menu that we want. Now, we want to put that on the navigation menu. Let's save it. Okay, let's go visit. Okay, so that's put that up here now. Okay, here's that download details that we put in for the widget. So that's how that works, and this is showing up here. Now we can change where that shows up. Let's go back to menus. Since we're going to have a number of products, you probably don't want them showing there. So let's turn this off. And then let's go over to widgets. And then in the secondary widget area, let's go custom menu, pull it over here. Okay, and then select it, so it'll be products. So let's save that. You can put a title here if you want, but let's just go have a look at it now. So let's visit our site. Okay, and then this is where our products are going to show up down this side of the page. Okay, so when we click that, here it is here, and then you go through. Okay, now just one last thing here. Let's go back to downloads and then settings. So make sure that after you've tested it with the PayPal sandbox that you set the payments back up to proper PayPal payments. Okay, so you would go PayPal standard, and then you would set this to PayPal standard. Okay, and then save the changes. And then let's go to miscellaneous. So there's a few things in here that you might want to think about now. So here, check to disable Ajax for the shopping cart. Not to worry about that one too much. Immediately redirect customers after adding an item to the cart. Okay, so what that'll do is it'll send them right to their checkout after each time they choose an item. Live credit card validations. You're not going to need to use that with PayPal. Require that users be logged in to purchase files. Okay, so that's going to make sure that your users their purchases are tracked. Display the registration and login forms on the checkout page. Okay, so you can set these as you want. Allow item quantities to be changed. You're not going to usually want that with digital products. Allow customers to use multiple discounts on the same purchase. Check this to disable cart savings on the checkout. Okay, now the download method is forced or redirect. Forced is usually the one you're going to want to use, but it'll depend on your server. Now, the download limit, the maximum number of times a file can be downloaded for each purchase. Now, we set that on the actual individual file. And then we did that with our first product, but we can set the default here. And the download link expiration, so after 24 hours. If you don't want to allow users to re-download items from their purchase history, you can check this. Check this box to allow entry of product SKU. So if you're going to use SKU numbers, you would check that one. Okay, and then like I said earlier, this is for your terms of service and your text button. So let's save that. Okay, so at this point you have the basic store set up. Just one more thing here. Let's go down to add-ons. And in here, there are lots of paid add-ons that you can use. Add affiliate programs, different payment methods, all kinds of other things that you can set up. Okay, but it does function standalone with a normal PayPal account right out of the box. Okay, so there you are. Now you know how to set up a download e-commerce store that's secure using all free resources.